how do you prioritize when you have such significant challenges and problems to face? How do you prioritize when it comes down to clean water, disposing of waste, and education? Like, how do you possibly like rank one of those higher than the other? It just seems impossible to me.
Education, I think, is number one. Yes, because if you train the children, yes, they will be able to help the one that are coming out.
Would sending your children to school impact their lives quite significantly, do you think? Would they have, if your children were able to go to school, would they have a better life?
Yes.
Why?
Will have a better life.
Why is that?
Because you cannot tell anyone their future of how to go to school.
How to go to school.
Yeah.
School is key. Any child in Liberia could become the president if they could go to school.
Yes.
Okay. Very good. Nice. Awesome.
Very awesome.
You cannot just have schools that teachers that are not well paid.
Right.
I mean, when you look at the economic disparity, when you look at somebody making $10,000 a month and you pay a teacher $100 a month,
yeah,
you can't be serious.
Right. Where do if you could put it on a scale from 1 to 10, the average politician, where do they put the importance of public education on that scale? Put a number on it. 10 being very important, 1 being we don't even care about it whatsoever.
Let me care about themselves, me myself, that's all.
Is there hope that what Mitch is hoping for could occur here in Liberia?
To have children educated?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a very good
idea.
Why? Because our education system now is very, very expensive. And because of that, very, very expensive. If you don't have money, your children will not be educated.
You say if you don't have money, your children will not be educated.
Yes. Tuition is very expensive nowadays.
And what happens to the children that don't get an education? Maybe don't read or don't write?
They don't read, they don't read it. If you can't read, you can't read, what you going to you? You know you go on a field, you dig go.
You get a victim.
You go on a field, you go, you dig go, you sell, you eat. And then you grow, you big, you useless to yourself.
And then when you're too old, you can't do anything.
You can't do anything.
Yeah, we found a community with over 40,000 inhabitants. There is only 1 public school. We also found some communities, slum communities, there are no public school at all. So
no public school?
No public school.
Not one public school in some communities?
In some communities, there are no public school at all. So this is very, very challenging. Despite the government free and compulsory primary education, more need to be done when it comes to the educational sector.
What would you say to the president? No, Asia.
I say to the president.
Yeah, what would you say to the president? She said
I would tell her she must very work because she's not working. Because you for girls, children, first one she want think that she's a lady. Her parents did something for her to go to school before the day she become president. So she should travel to help her because some girls on the street, they don't have parents, they don't have nobody to help them. So I feel that the president should work hard to make the smaller girls to go to school, find job, free education will be fine.
Free education.
Not doing anything, yes.
Education is not free.
It's not free.
Education is very expensive.
It's very expensive. You don't have 5,000, 11,000. You don't go to good school. First, our teacher don't teach you good lesson. Government school say you pay money. So
tell us again. You only went to 10th grade, right?
Yeah, 10th grade.
And then you're 20 years old now.
Yes.
And so, had you been able to get an education, would your life be different today?
Yeah.
What would you be doing today had you been able to?
When I'm finished with after education, I will get better knowledge, I will know things, and I'll be able to work in office and do something better for myself.
Tell me, Thomas. So, how important is it that you attend school here?
How much?
No. I say how important it is for you to be in the school year?
It's so important because if I don't go to school, I'll be some of the people that are outside there checking people money and they can beat them and kill them. That would be bad for me.
He said if he don't go to school, he will be like the other kids out there to jack phones and steal, and that would be terrible for him.
You think you will have a better future by going to school?
Yes.
And your friends will not have as good a future.
But if they go to school, they will have a good future. But if they don't go to school, that will be difficult for them.
Violence is not the answer.
At all.
Violence and war, we look around Liberia today, and violence and war have not helped Liberia.
Yeah.
In fact, violence and war have only set Liberia back further.
Yeah.
So what is the answer? Is education the answer?
Education is the answer. That's my point. That's my view. I think if we get means to educate ourselves, educate our next generation, we save this country from any further violence.
Now, do you believe, you've met Mitch today, you chatted with Mitch for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Do you believe that something like this could work?
Yes, the project and the heart, the desire Mitch have for this country is the best ever. The desire, Mitch have for this country is one of the best ever, because I always told people, wanting to help a man and knowing how to help him are two different things.
If you don't know how to read and write, you become criminal, absolutely. Because I always told people that the fear of poverty is education, determination, and hard work. If you are not hardworking, you are not educated, you are not determined, tell me what's come of you? You become a criminal. So this is why in Liberia the criminal rate is very much high to 90 degrees Celsius.